Hey, and welcome to another ICH2 video. We've got a review up today. It's a really rather special one. It's N-gauge, so that's quite different in itself. Plus, it's the very first model to be sent in to the channel. When the ICH2 mailroom was set up, way back in November/December 2014, this was one of the very first things to arrive, and it was sent in by the very generous and very patient Mark Brown. So thank you, Mark, for sending that in. I am sorry it's taken so long to send back to you, but as everybody knows, I was poorly over Christmas and then in hospital over New Year, so everything got delayed. But I'm here, I'm getting it done, so I hope you enjoy it. Before I send it back to you, I thought I'd just do a quick review on it, in case anyone's interested. It's absolutely gorgeous, folks. It really is nice. It's in really, really nice packaging. Dapol have been churning out some great stuff of late. This is their latest, well, I don't know if it's the latest style packaging, but it's pretty recent. It's a lovely sleeve design with like a stackable sort of protective unit inside. You've got a sticker on the end here, which very clearly tells us it's a Class 52 Western in BR green with yellow ends, well, small yellow ends. And this particular example is Western Sovereign. The Westerns were all called Western something, so Western Champion, Western Sovereign, and, well, loads of others. There were 74 in total, built between 1961 and 1964, I do believe, at Swindon and Crewe. Yes! Crewe Works. So that's really quite cool. I've never seen them in real life. I've never seen one in real life. Or have I? Oh, hang on, no. I think at the East Lancs Railway I saw a Western. Was it a Western or was it a warship? I'm pretty sure it was a Western. I can't remember. But yes, absolutely gorgeous locomotives. A little bit of history on them. They were built to replace aging steam locomotives on the, in the Western region. As I say, 74 of them were built. They were Type 4s, which means that the power rating ranges between 2,000 and 2,999 brake horsepower. However, I did see an example that was less than that, so I'm not too sure if that's entirely accurate. The wheel arrangement is interesting and worth a quick mention. I made a little bit of a mistake in my previous video, thinking that they only had 4 wheels per bogie, but they don't. They don't. They have as many wheels as a Class 58. It's 6 wheels per bogie, but the classification is different. Whereas with a Class 58, if I just grab my Class 58, ta-da! There's the Class 58. Again, you can see 6 wheels per bogie. This is a COCO, which means that each individual axle is powered separately, independently of each other. With the Western, with the Class 52 Western, each individual axle is also powered, but they're connected via cogs and gears. They're connected to each other. As far as I understand it, I think I've got that right. I hope I've got that right, but I'm sure if I've got it wrong, someone will tell me. It's quite tricky. So this is a CC, and this is a COCO in terms of wheel arrangement. But the short of it is that they're really powerful. They're really quite strong, really fantastic locomotives. So let's get it open and see what you get inside. Okay, so again, I'm opening this up to show you what you get inside, not to show you how to open a box. Here we go. Okay, right. We'll very, very quickly look at these. This is going to be instructions, maybe? Yes, Class 52 locomotive, important instructions. Please read before using this model. Now this is quite interesting because just up at the top here it says this model needs oiling before use. Now when Mark sent this, he included a cover note, a cover letter, saying that he'd already oiled it and it shouldn't need any, so I haven't bothered. But if you do buy one brand new, then it is important to give it a little bit of lubrication in case it dries out during storage and transit. But it's okay because it tells you where to apply the oil, which is really cool. And then there's a routine maintenance section. Gosh, wow. To expose drive worms and chassis for routine maintenance, simply pull the complete bogie assembly away from the chassis. The bogies are a pull out and push in fitting method. When refitting, ensure that the gear on top of the bogie tower meshes with the worm. That's really quite clever. I like that a lot. Removal of the cab for DCC installation, and then there's even an option to replace the bogie with a NEM pocket. So if you want the model to look ultra realistic and not have some gigantic plastic coupler coming out of it, then you can do that. Really, really cool, Dapol. They've been churning out some really quality stuff of late, and it shows that they really care. I like that. This one is not quite as interesting. This is just the warranty. Although what is a particular note is that it's 24-month. 24-month mechanical warranty, and I quite like that. It's like buying a TV from John Lewis. I think you get 2 or 3 years warranty if you do that. So that's really quite cool. Most manufacturers give 12 months. They have to, by law. But Dapol are giving 24, so that's going above and beyond. Really, really good. Right, so if we just take the lid off this type of packaging, there is lots of it, lots of packaging, a little bit too much to be honest, but it looks after it, so I'm not going to complain. There you go, you can see you've got a lovely foam insert which cushions the locomotive and protects it, and just look how gorgeous that is. I mean, seriously, look at that. Absolutely beautiful. I have noticed that the little badge there, the little nameplate, does need reaffixing down. It's like it's coming away ever so slightly. It could be just dry weather that's done that. I've got tiny little applications of tacky wax I can put onto there to make sure that it stays in place. Apart from that, it's absolutely perfect. It's pristine. There's even a little bag of detail here which Mark Brown has included but not applied. I'm not going to do it, that's down to him. And again, a particular interest is an additional bogie. I don't know if it came with that or if Mark has included that himself, but there's an additional powered bogie just to the side here, should it not maybe have enough traction or enough strength. I've never needed it, but it is there if I want to use it, so that's really cool. Thank you for including that, Mark. And then again in there is also the additional coupling if I wanted to have a coupling on both sides. Now, the best way to get this out, because it's really tight and really fiddly, is to take out all the additional accessories first. Okay, so with all the additional accessories gone, we can now just sort of drop the whole foam insert out of the package, out of the box, out of the plastic box. And then basically, it's just a case of really easily taking off this back panel, like that, and then just pushing the locomotive out of its cushioned frame. And that's it. So now we can put all the packaging and the details and accessories to one side. And there we have the Class 52 Western. Just wait for it to focus, it should do. There we go. I love that. The camcorder has switched from the background workstation to the locomotive. So there we have the Class 52 Western in N-gauge, and it is exquisite. I'm not joking, it's absolutely gorgeous. Just look at it. The detail is stunning. Considering this model is really small, it's N-gauge. They have included everything. You've got riveting, you've got fan grills, you've got window wipers, there's working lights, there's working head codes, there's a coupling at this end that Mark's fitted, and then down at the other end you've got the full air dam or snowplow. I think it's an air dam, I'm pretty sure it's an air dam. But basically you've got full buffer beam detail down there at the end. As I say, not all of it has been applied because Mark has still left it in the bag, but it is there. You've got an absolutely beautiful, if not tiny, British Railways logo on the side, or at least what I think is a British Railways logo. It certainly looks like it. It's the early emblem, I think, and that would make sense because over here you've got the original numbering. Look at that. That's pre-tops. So that is really cool as well. This is D1038, number D1038. There's lots of weight to it. Obviously it's only N-gauge, so I can easily hold it with just one hand, but considering how tiny this thing is, it really is quite heavy, and that's really good because there's going to be lots of traction as we put it on the track. It should be able to haul anything. Well, if you've already watched the Easter special video, you'll see that it is pretty strong. looking on the underneath, I don't understand why there's a red and a blue pipe there, but I noticed that that was the case on the 00 gauge one as well. So I guess it must be realistic, I'm not too sure. Again, you can see all the different wheels, and to be honest, do you know, both of those look like powered bogies. I can see little cogs on all of the individual axles anyway. Very, very mysterious. Obviously you don't get anything like sprung buffers, the detail doesn't go to that length. However, you see this handrail up at the front, that's metal. Oh yes, I mean it's really hard to get the camera to show it actually because it's just so small. But that little rail just at the lower edge of the windscreen there, that is made of metal. Stunning, absolutely stunning. And in fact, I think that the little handrails just either side of the door, the cab door, I think they're metal as well. There's obviously nothing like spinning fan grills or anything like that, but you know, it is N-gauge, so we have to give it a little bit of we have to give it a little bit of leeway, don't we? Yeah, it's just beautiful, folks. This model is just, wow. It's just as detailed, to be honest, as the 00. I can't really tell any difference. The livery is smart, really, really smart, really neat. There's no blemishes, no mistakes, no errors. You've got the little warning lights, well, the little warning signs telling you about overhead wires and stuff. The wheels look spot on. Yeah, it's just fantastic. It really is as good as any Graham Farish model. It's just really, really nice. I think the only thing left to do is put it on the track and see how it runs. Okay, so here we are. We've moved the camera ever so slightly in order to get a reasonable shot as we put the Class 52 Western on this track. I do apologise that I've not got like a proper professional N-gauge layout. I think I might have to work on one because I'm doing more and more N-gauge stuff over time. But this will do for now. I just want to show you that it runs really, really beautifully, basically, and it makes a really nice grunt, like a really realistic grunt. If I can just leave that camcorder there, I'm going to try and control the camcorder as I control the locomotive as well, which is a little bit tricky because the locomotive is at one end of the desk and the controller's at the other, but I'll try my best. So there's the Class 52 Western on the track. I'm going to pick a direction and see if it moves. Yes, it does. Right, okay, here we go then. So this is going to be a slow speed performance test initially. Here we go. Just look at that. I mean, how smooth. Okay, so return journey. Here we go then. I've got it going really slowly now. I mean, there's barely any power at all. So it goes behind the phone, behind the speaker. Can you hear that? That really nice, reassuring grunt and whir from the motor. Seriously, the motor mechanism is just so high quality. Okay, so I'm going to get to rush past the camera again, but this time it'll be going a little bit quicker. So here we go. There you go, you can really hear the motor now. But again, it's not too loud, is it? It's just really nice. Okay, and time to send it back again. What do you think, folks? It's exquisite, isn't it? Okay, so I'm just going to get it to park up again now in front of the camera and come to a nice stop. just run it ever so gently past the paints. There we go, how about that? And then if I zoom in, I think I can do that without ruining everything. So there we have the Class 52 Western in N-Gauge. Thank you Mark Brown for sending it in. It really is a stunning model, and if I ever get a proper N-Gauge layout in the future, I shall definitely have to get one. I'd love to see what it's like in red as well, because I'm sure that livery application is just as smart. But folks, if you want one of the famous and iconic Westerns for your N-Gauge layout, you cannot go wrong with this example by Dapol. It's absolutely beautiful.